Hi, it's Sandy from Senior Slim Down with Sandy. So this is my week 6 weight loss journey update. I wish I had some really amazing weight loss to report, but as of now, since the end of June, I've lost 0.4 pounds, which is not very impressive. I had ended up going without the Zepbound medication for a week due to some hiccups with the pharmacy and hiccups getting on the Medicare Bridge Program. And those hiccups are well documented in a previous video. I think what happened is that I lost some weight and then I gained some weight and then I lost a little more weight. So at least I'm 0.4 pounds down. I wish it was more though. I am going to post my weight loss numbers though, because I've had some comments on the channel about that I don't talk about how much weight I've lost enough, and I don't mind talking about it. So, and another reason that I think posting my weight on my weekly update videos is a good idea is that's going to get me on the scale more often. And I have found over the years that if I don't get on the scale very often, it can really get away from me. And all of a sudden I get on there and I've gained 5 or 10 pounds. So what were the reasons for my weight gain and then weight loss? I really think that's what happened. I gained some weight and then I lost some of the weight that I've gained, and that's why to the sum total I've lost 0.4 pounds. But so some of it was probably missing my medication for a week before I got approved for the Bridge program. The other thing that happened though is it was my husband's birthday and there was cake around. So we got cupcakes for his actual birthday day. We both had 2 cupcakes each on his birthday. And then that weekend, his daughter had a little get together over her house, and there was cake for that. Now, I will have to say that I have eaten a lot more cake on occasions when there was cake around than I did this week, but cake is cake. You can't deny that. One of the main reasons I started this channel was so that it would give me accountability. There is nothing more accountable than putting yourself in front of a camera and saying, this is how much I weigh and this is how much I've lost. Somebody made a comment on my last update video that I had spent way too much time whining about how I hadn't gotten my free sample at the weight loss clinic and I'd had to go a week without my Zepbound. But really, what are YouTube channels like this for except to whine? I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people on YouTube whining about stuff all the time. However, duly noted, I'll try not to whine so much. It did make me think about the lyric to that old song, it's my YouTube channel and I'll whine if I want to. So after being off the medication for a week and then going back on the Zepbound, I did notice a couple of things. And one thing was I wasn't as buzzy as I had been before. But being too buzzy probably isn't that great a thing for me, and I think it probably drives my husband a little bit crazy too. But one thing I really noticed in the week that I was off Zepbound is that I really did sleep a lot more soundly, and most of the nights on the week that I was off, I was getting 7 to 8 hours a night sleep. But once I started taking the Zepbound again this week, the broken sleep did come back. It's not that I can't fall asleep, I just keep waking up. And it's not the kind of waking up you do if you have to get up and go to the bathroom. So I have to say, when you're trying to drink 64 ounces of water a day, you do have to go to the bathroom at least once a night, if not twice. The comments are actually really useful for things like this because I've mentioned the sleep issue before, and a couple of people have said, why don't I try magnesium? So I did. I got some magnesium at the grocery store. I didn't get like the most expensive magnesium supplement you can find. I found like some super generic grocery store magnesium. And I've been taking a couple of magnesium capsules before I go to bed. And that has actually really helped a lot. So supposedly magnesium calms the neurotransmitters in your brain, and that generally relaxes you. I wondered if taking magnesium for sleep would also help people that had issues with constipation, because it was the same as Milk of Magnesia, which is something that my mom used to give me when I was a kid, though apparently it's not the same kind of magnesia. This is why my mother was always giving it to me. I can't imagine why. I have such vivid memories of my mom getting that blue bottle of Milk of Magnesia out and that terrible chalky taste. I'm sure I'm not the only one that grew up in the 60s that has that particular memory. I feel like Milk of Magnesia is one of those things that goes along with child rearing advice from Dr. Spock. And for those of you who don't know who Dr. Spock is, it's not the guy with the pointy ears. So, all in all, things seem to be going pretty good. I'm back on track taking the weekly Zepbound. I'm approved for the Medicare Bridge Program. I've made some progress on addressing my sleep issues by using the magnesium. And I can see where I really do need to get a little more organized on tracking my food and definitely not eat any cake. So I hope everybody else is having a great week and see you later.